Okay. Vita. I'm gonna show y'all boys where I'm from, man. I'm from. What it do? Still with the camp, sound like a lamb, big boss hog, boss dog, K-Po through the door, here to talk to his box. If I get my soliloquy, man. Maybe tough times don't last. Good people do, don't off yourself. Caught him in if I like, maybe you matter. Peak game, 84's on what's one. Alright. So I gotta ask this question. Why won't Gervonta Tank Davis go over there with Turkey? Let's talk about it. Now, the debate was on in one of my videos. I forgot which video it was, but we was debating in the comment section, and the brother said, hey, look, Dave Benavidez went over there to Turkey. He the A side. Because I said, basically, Tank don't need Turkey because he's the A side, right? But he countered with Dave Benavidez went over there, Canelo went over there, and they're the A side. Which is true. They went over there. But Tank don't need Turkey. Right? That's the difference. Tank don't need Turki Alalshikh. See, Dave Benavidez went over there because it's certain fights that he wants. He's trying to build himself around Canelo. Right? And he knows that, like, there are names over there that he could fight that he probably won't be able to lure over to PBC, right? So he knew he had to go over there to get those fights. Also, Turkey is paying money, right? Overpaying, if you ask me. But he paying. You know what I'm saying? So Dave Benavidez like, I'm finna get paid. In which I think Dave Benavidez is still signed to PBC. He's still signed to PBC. A lot of PBC fighters can go fight on other networks. Al Heyman is not going to tell you, oh, you can't go fight over there. Eastside Pitbull Cruz fought on Turki Alalshikh fight card. You know what I'm saying? He fought on that fight card. The Terrence Crawford one. Alberto Puello, who's a PBC fighter, fought on Turki Alalshikh last card. You know what I'm saying? The list goes on. You know? Like, it don't matter, bro. Like, just because they going over there and fighting on Turkey card don't mean that, you know, they not on PBC no more. They going over there because PBC is in cahoots and basically co-sign like, yeah, you can go over there and fight. You know what I mean? PBC only got a couple of dates this year, right? Because they're testing out Amazon Prime, right? I'm pretty sure we'll see next year what they do. You know, will they get more funding for more dates, you know, on Amazon Prime, or will they look to go to another network? They doing a little trial run right now, right? So all I'm saying at the end of the day, when it comes down to Tank, he don't need Turkey, right? It's more or less Turkey need Tank, right? That's real talk. Now, granted, Turki Alalshikh and his people, they got money. So, you know, they lure Canelo over there. They might be able to lure Tank over there. But Tank the A side, right? So when it comes to retrospective Shakur Stevenson fight, Shakur need to come where Tank is at. Tank don't need to go over there. You ain't never heard Floyd Mayweather say, "Oh man, I need to go to Top Rank to fight Manny Pacquiao. I need to go back to Top Rank so I can get a Manny Pacquiao fight." No. He made Manny Pacquiao come where he was at. Bud Crawford, he came to PBC to fight Errol Spence. When you the A side and you the bigger star, you know what I mean? You don't give up ground on nothing. Right? That's just real talk. You don't give up ground on nothing. There's nothing you give up ground on. Right? So Tank shouldn't have to go to where Turkey is at and fight on a ring card to get a Shakur Stevenson fight. Now, if Turkey want to be a part of, you know, the Shakur Stevenson Tank fight, I can see that like a partnership thing. But Tank shouldn't have to go over there. You know what I'm saying? To get a Shakur Stevenson fight. For what? Shakur ain't did nothing. He's the B-side. That's why I sat there and said, hey, Shakur, if you want to make it a 50-50 negotiation type thing, Shakur, get your resume up, get some belts. Go fight Raymond Montoya. You know what I'm saying? Wait for Abdullah Mason, get that belt from him. Go fight him and beat him. You know what I mean? Like, these are the things that he could do to basically build his profile up. He's still, and this is the thing, which y'all don't understand about Shakur. He's a great fighter. We're not taking nothing away from him. But we're not finna sit here and make modifications and special stipulations for him, but then Tank, he got to go fight everybody. It's not happening, bro. Shakur ain't even fighting the caliber fighters that Tank fought. I'm not going to sit here and say Tank fought elite talent, but Tank fought better competition than Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson fighting C and D level fighters. Some of them F. Some of them E level fighters at 135. You know what I'm saying? William Zepeda was a C level fighter. Right? And I already know what y'all gonna say. Oh, Shakur made him look like that. No, that dude was a C level fighter. He wasn't fighting nobody but even before he fought Shakur. And he fought Tevin Farmer, a dude who ain't got no power. And you can make the argument that Tevin Farmer won both fights. So all I'm saying at the end of the day, bro, it's like you gotta understand this. Okay? I know y'all are y'all just on the wave of the Shakur wave because he's the next one that y'all feel that can beat Tank. Right? That's just real talk. That's what this is. This ain't got nothing to do with no boxing. And that's the difference between me and y'all. Y'all just want to see Tank lose. I want to make sure that we judge both fighters equally, right? If Tank got to go through the fire, Shakur got to go through the fire. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk. We can't sit here and say, oh, Tank need to fight Teofimo, Tank need to fight Devin, Tank need to fight, because that's what's going to happen. If Tank fights Shakur Stevenson and he spark him, y'all going to jump on the next person. Oh, well, he need to go fight Teofimo Lopez then. Why don't we talk about Shakur and Teofimo Lopez? Right? Now, granted, Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez basically having a little verbal spat on social media. But nothing going to come out of that. They not going to fight. It's going to be another thing where they just talking just to be talking. So, yet again, we back at ground zero when it comes to Shakur. It's a lot of talking, right? When it comes to fights. No action. And it's a lot of fights Shakur Stevenson is the A side on, bro. That he can reach out to certain people. He ain't doing that. He'll mention it. Because I think Shakur Stevenson is a bigger star than Teofimo Lopez. AKA the racist. I'm not finna lie to you. I think Shakur Stevenson, if he wants that fight, he need to reach out to Bob Arum and be like, look, man, I want to fight Teofimo. Or talk to Turk and be like, hey, I want to fight Teofimo. What's up? Hey, put that money behind it. That's what I think he need to do. But he not going to do it. So what are we talking about? Right? Tank don't need Turki Alalshikh. Turki Alalshikh need Tank. Right? And I'm just talking about retrospect to the Shakur Stevenson fight. Shakur Stevenson is the fighter that needs to be trying to put himself in position to get fights. And it's the crazy thing about this. I'm cooking. Okay? PBC, I won't say they sent a contract, but they did reach out to Shakur. Shakur sat there and said, he's admitted that, yeah, they reached out to me. But I didn't hear nothing else. His team, Shakur Stevenson, didn't say, hey, we reached back out to PBC to see what happened. Nothing. He just went and signed with Eddie Hearn. So how do you want the fight, but you go sign with somebody who can't get you that fight? I need y'all to make that make sense. Stop playing with me, bro. Like, when it comes to this boxing stuff, you not seeing me, bro. I'm just saying, like, we have to judge these dudes evenly, bro. When I talk about these two, I'm talking about them evenly. I talk about how, hey, Shakur is a great fighter. He can pose some issues for Tank, right? He can make it frustrating to the point where, you know, Tank do what he normally do and get frustrated, right? Because Tank does have that ability to get frustrated in fights. And when he do get frustrated, he kind of checks out mentally, right? So, like I said, it's a good scrap. But the issue we run into with this scrap is this. Shakur is over here barking from behind the fence. Tank is over here. And he like, I don't need to fight him. I want to, but I don't need to fight him. Like, you know, hey, when he want to fight, let me know. You know what I'm saying? And that's just real talk. Tank feel like Shakur playing, bro. That's what it is. It's a lot of talking and barking, you know. And then the thing that gets me is Shakur Stevenson, right, will call out these dudes, but there's no action behind it. And y'all, and I'm telling y'all, people who been following my channel from day one, I think very highly of Shakur Stevenson as a fighter. But I gotta call it like I see it, and I gotta keep it 1,000. We can't ignore stuff, bro. We can't sit here and ignore the facts and try to act like this stuff ain't happening, bro. These boys in the sport of boxing is tripping, bro. He calls dudes out, but there's no action behind it. Me personally, I wouldn't even be calling dudes out openly. If I want to fight you, I'm calling you directly, bro. I'm calling somebody on your team. Hey, bro, we was talking. Me and my team was talking. And, you know, we think it'd be cool if we fight. What's up? You see how Tank moved? It was rumored Tank's supposed to fight Lomachenko, right? I'm cooking. He was supposed to fight Lomachenko, right? They were talking behind the scenes. You heard like little rumblings. Right? But then Lomachenko say, nah. Tank behind the scenes reached out to El Rayo. You don't see Tank saying publicly, you know, unless he's asked, but you don't see Tank publicly on social media, we gonna reach out to El Rayo. We gonna reach out to this person. He don't do that, bro. What he do is this. Hey, we're gonna call so-and-so, see if he wanna fight. That's what you do. So y'all in love with this whole talking game. Oh, well, Shakur called out this person. Shakur called out this person. How many of those people did he fight? They called out. Shakur and Conor Ben on that little show on Ariel Hawani or whatever his name is, Salami show, shook hands and said, Shakur and Conor Ben shook hands on that show and said they'll fight each other. Shakur said he'll come up to 147. Let me know when that fight happens. Come on, man. Y'all need to stop playing with me, bro. Like, I don't got time for that, man. Like, when it come to, like, I'm just sitting here saying, I'm just keeping it real. Like, y'all sit, and the only reason why I sit here and I'm talking like this is because y'all don't keep it real, bro. You try to act like, oh, I'm a fan of boxing. No, you not, bro. You a fan of Shakur. And some of y'all just riding the wave. Y'all just want to see, y'all think Shakur is the man to beat Tank. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Y'all was riding the Devin Haney wave, right? Devin Haney career took a little dip a little bit with the Ryan Garcia situation. Took a little dip a little bit. Oh, Shakur. So if, I'm just saying if, because Shakur, like I say, can pose some issues with Tank. But the thing that I always say is this: he ain't got nothing to keep that man off of him. So if Tank touched that man's jaw, I'm telling you, you're going to sleep. But if Tank does Shakur off, right? Who y'all gonna jump on next? Keyshawn Davis? That's the person I feel like that has the ability to beat Tank. Is that dude right there. Now, granted, he on the shelf right now, so I don't know. That might hinder his growth as a fighter, right? But that's the dude I was like could beat Tank. That dude right there. Shakur, in my opinion, he don't got nothing to keep that man off of him, bro. Nothing. He don't. He ain't got nothing. I saw somebody put in the comment section, oh, Shakur gonna do Tank how Terrence Crawford did Errol Spence. It's not. The man's hands can't even hold up. And Shakur fight a whole different way than Terrence. Shakur not trying to take that punishment, bro. What needs to happen is this. Shakur Stevenson need to reach back out to Al Heyman and Steven Espinosa, and he need to try to sign a one-fight deal for Tank. That's going to show you want to fight Tank. That's what he need to tell them. I sign with y'all, but I'm only going to sign with y'all for one fight, and that one fight I want is Tank. That's it. Do I feel like he deserve it? No. I'm not going to lie to you. Y'all want to sit here and bring up these 3 division. Oh, he a 3-division champion. He fought. Yeah, he's a 3-division champion, but he used boxing politics to fight guys who weren't championship fighters. They got a belt through politics. They fought for a vacant belt, right? Navarrete and man, come on, man. All I'm saying at bro, y'all. All I'm saying at the end of the day, bro, we gotta, when it comes to this boxing stuff, bro, we gotta support boxing. We can't sit here and pretend like you support boxing, but then you want to come over here and make excuses for Shakur Stevenson. We're not doing that, bro. There are no excuses. If Tank gotta go through the fire, Shakur gotta go through the fire. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Boss gone.